Seriously, don't listen to a word that comes out of my mouth today. Right? How y'all doing? Oh my god. I'm stood next to a window. There is no way this house is that dark. There we go, that's a bit better. Stand, there you go. Outside. What is happening? If you want an idea of how a bit kind of not... Just got back to the house and had a bag in my hand. Not as I got back to the house, but I've just been walking. Had a bag in my hand. And I look, where's the bag? I panic because I don't know what I've done with the bag. I've lost the bag. Where have I put the bag? What's going on? So looking around, there's nowhere I could have put it. There's no bag, there's no bins. Could I put it in the post box? No, I wouldn't put it in the post box. Double take, look down at my hand, there's the bag. But I'm going to be going out in a minute. Ram's popping over. I think we're going for breakfast and coffee. I'll see you all in a bit. Hopefully the coffee will be able to pick me up. I don't actually know what's in this cup, but I should say what was in this cup. Might have been hot chocolate. Now it's got coffee in it, so whatever. I've had a mixed bag today. I don't quite know how to feel, so I'm just gonna spit it all out there, because I honestly did not think I was gonna survive the day. I'm not, like, that sounds really dramatic. Like, I was so tired, man, and I've been all over the place. It's just been, I just thought I was supposed to meet up with Ram, and I've got to somehow just try and stay awake and coherent. Nailed it, I think, maybe. Oh, but they've been good, they've been bad, they've been a little disappointed in myself, but so I did meet up with Ram, and we hung out for quite a bit. We went out for breakfast. We went to a Harvester, which is like a wee restaurant on the other side of town. There's a couple of them. They're like a franchised restaurant kind of groove. The wife and I used to go to one that's actually quite near to the house, but we went to another one that used to be something else years ago, but apparently is a Harvester now, and whatever. Had breakfast, big breakfast, and had a good old natter about just absolutely everything, man. Absolutely everything. It was actually quite funny because I felt really underdressed. I do this every time I said it to Ram. I was like, damn, dude, every time we go somewhere, I feel proper underdressed, or like I'm about to rob the place, you know? Like, you see families turning up and they're practically in their Sunday best, and here I am with, like, torn jeans and a t-shirt or something. I was like, what is going on? Although in fairness, I would even say that, like, a Costa is too posh for me. We've decided I'm more of a country pub kind of guy, which I'm probably actually too underdressed for. You'd think I was more of a kind of a, I don't know, a skank and like dive bar kind of place, where you'd stick to the floor and there's like drugs everywhere and that, but that's not really my groove. I just want to have a nice, quiet conversation. But that was chaos in the Harvester, trying to eat and have a conversation. Mental. And apparently today seemed to be the day that everyone wanted to talk to me. The one time that I would have liked to have been completely unavailable for the day. My phone was ringing like mad. Phone call after phone call after phone call, text messages, all sorts. I was just like, oh mate, not now. It's like I'm in a restaurant. But we had a breakfast, it was alright. And then we went and had coffee. We then drove to the exact opposite side of town to have coffee, where we continued our massive conversation, and I went off on a bit of a rant, but it was appreciated very much. Apparently I needed it. And then Ram took me down to his new place. So Ram has just gone and got a new wee place. It's not finished yet. He's like redoing this wee building, and that's well, Jeff, man. I got to see like it's kind of like his office and home groove. Really cool. Didn't expect to actually see it. It wasn't where I thought it was though. So my brain was just like completely like, wait, you want to show me the place, but the place is over there, right? And it's like, no, man, where are you thinking? It's there. And so I went to go and check it out. And Ram's been doing like most of the kit himself, which frankly I'm impressed, because that's not the stuff that Ram has done. Like ain't his groove, like he's fitted kitchens and all sorts of stuff. He's done a cracking job. But we were having as I said, we've been having a bit of a chatter all day, and just a little highlight. I have to say my thanks here, outside of just the conversation and having breakfast and all that. Just chatting to Ram, and towards the end of the day, he reaches over and he grabs this, and you say, how's my granddad's? And Ram's granddad passed away this year. He say, we both had one. Ram and his granddad they share a lot of hobbies, or shared a lot of hobbies, and one of them was flight sims and stuff. And he said we bought flight sticks at the same time. They bought two of them, one for his granddad, one for him, and Ram has since upgraded to a HOTAS. And he said, he said, I ain't got any use for it, man. He said, but he said, do you want it? I said, look, I won't say no. And frankly, to be honest with you, Ram he loved his granddad so much. I'm actually quite honoured to be given this, given the attachment that Ram has to his grandfather. You know, Ram shared a lot of hobbies with his granddad. His granddad introduced him to a load of stuff that basically Ram is younger Ram's granddad. You know what I mean? Like when family traits kind of get picked up by like grandchildren and stuff, like a lot of stuff that Ram is into, he picked up from his granddad, and so I'm going to look after this. I'm really chuffed. Thank you very much. That might seem silly, but like I say, I know how much Ram cared for his granddad, and knowing that this belonged to his granddad, this is a gift, and I cherish gifts, and I will cherish it more so knowing full well where it came from. So thank you for that, man. But after that, I come home and that was largely my day. Now, we're gonna have to meet up with Ram again probably sometime after the New Year. We're gonna see him again Christmas Eve, because Ram's got some deliveries to do. Because we get a Christmas hamper every year from one of Ram's places of work. Really good stuff. Really actually lucky this year to be able to get it. So we'll see Ram then to hand off Christmas presents, but I've said to Ram, man, we're going to have to go for drinks sometime next year. Traditionally speaking, I don't drink, but when it comes to Ram, even if it just means that, I don't know, we'll go to the pub for a few, or we might even just go and have another breakfast or whatever, that'd be rad. Because 6 months of not actually hanging out is an absolute ball ache, and it's not like we live a huge distance apart either. It's not like when Zaba has to hop on a plane to come over here. I could literally throw a rock, not quite literally, but I could throw a stone and practically shatter Ram's window from my house. So it's not really like it's not like I have an excuse to not hang out with my mate. And frankly, given how much of an asshole I can be, I've got some really good friends, and should probably step up to the plate a bit more. So, I'll be buying drinks. But it's been a good day. So why am I a bit disappointed in myself? There are a few things I said that I wouldn't do. Okay. in recent history, and that now sounds incredibly like, oh my god, what? The kids' laptops. I always said I would never use my kids' laptops for really any reason, because they're their laptops. Like I wouldn't realistically like someone just randomly using my laptop. It's my machine. It's got my stuff on it. You know, if you want to have a laptop, get your own. That's got me and my stuff on it. That's my groove. Same with my children. That's like their private stuff. They're their projects. They're their laptops. I shouldn't be downloading anything on them. I shouldn't be installing anything on them. I should leave them alone. Unless they need me to do stuff on them, leave them alone. If they don't give me permission to use them, don't use them, kind of thing. That's my groove. And today, I opened up Big Man's laptop because I mentioned yesterday about how I set an overclock on my laptop using the UEFI. It's got a built-in overclock on it of 100 megahertz on the GPU. It's not that big of a deal, but it made VR unstable. And I can't remember, there is some artifacting on my headset, only in very specific circumstances, and only realistically from what I can tell with the Quest 1. And just like one artifact really bothers me, and so artifacting is quite frequent on my laptop in the Steam VR menu, in the like space menu with the JPEG with the things on it, right? The like this grid menu, right? It's not that big of a deal, right? It just looks like a bit of a graphics glitch if you move around quickly and you bring up a menu. It's just like trying to render it in. Occasionally I'll see like a red pixel or a flash come up on like the side of the screen, which I'm sure I first saw before I had the overclock on, but my memory is broken as all balls, so I don't remember if that first started happening before the overclock or after the overclock, and I was freaking out that I may have fucked the GPU with an overclock, which is incredibly hardcore, but considering I don't have any luck with hardware, you know, forgive me for being a bit, ugh. And so I said I'd never overclock the damn thing. I knew the option was there, I'd never do it. But when VR started choking on it day one, I turned it on to see if that would help, and it just made things more unstable. Turned it off. So I go upstairs, turn on my oldest son's laptop, and I fire up the Oculus software, because he's got an Oculus Quest 2. My youngest has got an Oculus Quest 2, but he doesn't meet the terms of service agreement. He's not 13 yet, so he can't have it. And so I hooked the Quest into his laptop, my eldest son's. Like I said I'd never do it. But I was surprised actually. There was a kind of a benefit to me doing it, because it turns out that I suppose during an update, his Oculus software needed to be reinstalled or updated and reset up. It said, like, you know, can you sign in with Facebook? So I signed back in with his Facebook account. I had to reset where his downloads were going. So now his laptop is ready for him to plug stuff back in. Bless him, he wouldn't even normally tell me if that kind of thing had happened. So whilst I feel really shitty for going upstairs and plugging into his laptop, I've now managed to set it up so that it's now set up so that he can actually use his laptop for one of the things that it was bought for him for, PC VR. It's one of the reasons why I was choking about the idea that my laptop, same kind of spec as his, was having trouble with VR. Was having trouble with streaming VR, but he's not planning on streaming or capturing VR, he just wants to play VR. Does his laptop glitch? Yes. Not quite the same as mine and not as frequently as mine. I can get roughly the same kind of glitch, minus the little flicker dot on Belial, which is my main PC, but it's so infrequent it's not even a thing. This does not happen in games, it does not happen in virtual desktop, and I haven't tried Airlink. I don't know, I was just freaking out, and I'm sorry, and thank you for the use of the laptop. So I'm really down on myself for doing that. That may not seem like a lot to some people, but I don't know, I felt that that's not my stuff. I shouldn't be fucking around with it. Like, if I bought my kids a console or something, it's theirs. It's not mine, it's theirs. You know, like when some parents buy things for their kids, or they've got something for themselves and it gets broken and then they take from the kids. I can't fucking stand that. No chance. So if I ever had like an iPad or whatever and I broke my iPad and the kids got an iPad, I wouldn't just go and take my kid's iPad. Like, believe it or not, some parents do, but whatever. Oh, and we cannot get, did I mention that? We can't get the glitching on the Oculus Quest 2. It only seems to be on the Oculus Quest 1. So, I don't know. Magic rendering tricks. And then to wrap up the day, a bit of a surprise with minimal backstory because I've already been going on for like fucking 2 hours. I had to say goodbye to a friend today. Like nothing serious has happened. No one's dead or anything. Shit. Touch wood. I'll do. But I don't know. I've had a friend for 20 years now. Probably a bit longer than that, maybe. I don't know. Probably about 20 years? Yeah, good 20 years. Exactly when is irrelevant. But we kind of drifted apart. And this year we came back together, chatting away regular as clockwork. And sadly, there's going to be there's going to be a drift again. Planets haven't aligned. And that's kind of sad because we actually got a Christmas present through the door from her and her family today. And I was like, oh no. Because like I said, we've been connected again for the last year. We've been talking regular as clockwork. It's been nice because she's one of my oldest friends. And, she got married, had kids, living life. It's nice to catch up with someone, And, it's kind of sad. I'm kind of bummed out, to be honest with you, but life happens. It's unfortunate, but we all have to do things that we're not entirely happy with. But so that is my day in a roundabout way. Really long-winded, really round the houses. Had an alright day. I am still disappointed in myself, and I wasn't expecting the Christmas gift to be dropped off from the other side of the planet. Thank you, by the way. Well, I'm gonna head off. Hope you're well. I'll see you all with a bit of luck in the next one. Just as a quickie, is it weird that I feel a bit derpy for using my kids' laptops? I don't know. I just don't like the idea of plugging any of my gear into their machines. They're their machines. It should be, Anyway, random day. See you.